I hate to stop the chatter, but it's time to call to order the Westland City Council business meeting for Monday, April 8th, 2019. Nice to have the room full tonight.
Let's see. Lance also indicated that today ODOT approved the Highway 43 design contract, which includes design of Old River Road and Highway 43 at Cedar Oak. So there had been a question about that earlier in the hearing. And then the last item that I wanted to get back to, which I wanted to wait until we got through the hearing to just talk about in general, and that is that some of the essence of the hearing that you had tonight, Council, had to do with the fact that we have adopted code in various forms, like the Transportation System Plan, Public Works Construction Standards, Safe Routes to School Standards and Expectations, and of course our own Community Development Code. So these are things that are official council and city policy. Against that, you have this more recent requirement or desire, expectation, that your street standards that are determined in the Transportation System Plan already, that we create some flexibility for alternative design. And that's great. But I think part of what you saw tonight was a conflict between your desires for special characteristics for neighborhoods and your adopted policy, whether it's TSB or Public Works Construction Standards. And so it was kind of a collision of what we want, where we want to go, but the code and the standards that we already have. And how do we create flexibility for ourselves when we also have code that we're all sworn to uphold? And so I think one of the places that the city attorney was headed in crafting special language, there is language in your development code already that talks about when there are special conditions. And you might be able to craft some findings when there's a special condition. And so that's something that we can probably point to between now and then being the adoption of new code language that incorporates special design standards for neighborhoods. If we do end up with a land use case like this again, I think we might be able to get you to where you want to go with some code language that we already have. But in the meantime, and now I'm speaking to those that are listening and watching, and our neighborhoods like Bolton and Robinwood, where it is a different design standard than it is in our neighborhoods where there's, established curb, gutter, sidewalk, and all of that. Now's the time. We have discussed this, since the summertime. There's clearly not been the ability for staff to initiate that work with our neighborhoods. And so I would plead to our neighborhood associations, start now. Brainstorm, come up with your own set of what do you want your streets to look like? What characteristics would you like to have? What feel would you like to have? Start that work now. Come up with the list. We'll be that much further ahead. We, being at the staff level, will be that much further ahead if we can get that vision articulated by our neighborhood associations. Don't wait for us. They can start that work now, and we'll be that much further down the line and that much closer to being able to introduce new code language with a standard for Robinwood neighborhood and a standard for Bolton neighborhood and a standard for Willamette neighborhood or whatever it might be. So that could possibly be a message. That might even be a message for our next town hall as well. That could be a theme for our next town hall. So I just want to, appeal to our neighborhood associations to help us help them. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.